Where are the beautiful girls?
Beautiful girls.
Yeah, they love men. They love simple.
Come here. Single.
Single mingle. What's there? What's there? What's you have there? How are you? Are you living over there?
Yes.
You want to show me your home?
What are you doing in the Philippines?
Jesus Christ. You're a single mom, no?
No, I am single.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How old are you?
Why you hide your face? What's wrong with that? You don't want to be on camera?
Today, I will be doing a video on a guy named Pro-Life Traveler, and we will talk about what the government in the Philippines is doing to remove him from the Philippines based on just some of the feedback and just, some of the things that has been floating around about him on the internet. But before we get into that full story, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Make sure that you guys join the Homies app. It is a social media platform for our community. You can go there at thehomies.app. Join the community. Visit thehomieshub.com. Hop into the Discord. You guys know what it is. It's your boy. And if you guys like the content, want to support the platform, $HomiesHub. Let's get it. All right, so let's talk about it. Today, we are going to be talking about someone named Sim Rosipu, aka Pro-Life Traveler. He is an Estonian national, and they have passed a resolution called a persona non grata, right? And this basically means that he hasn't been confirmed guilty of any crime, but he has basically been confirmed as a person that is, basically bad for their society, and they can really get you kicked out, right? So, based on the city he's living in, he's going to have to relocate to another place in the Philippines, but they'll probably be forwarding the same resolution to every city in the Philippines until they get him completely out of the country. Now, some of the allegations include him filming women without consent, demeaning and racist comments towards the Filipinos, calling men monkeys, harassment, exploitative monetized videos where, he has tons of videos of him going through some of the poorest parts in the Philippines and putting them on camera. And, some can say that that's like public, whatever, but like you're walking through these private villages with your camera out on a gimbal and you're just recording people's living conditions, putting it on the internet and monetizing. You're going to put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, right? But what's been the biggest concern is just some of his content that is involving minors, right? So he gets a lot of hate on the internet, and I'm gonna just be honest with you, as a viewer, it looks absolutely creepy. Like, it looks extremely weird. It looks like some of the things that we imagine some of the worst kind of tourists are doing or foreigners are doing in some of these countries. It looks like he's doing it himself. And I know since some of these allegations have been rising up and some of his videos have been going viral on Twitter and Reddit and things like that, he's been doing a lot to clean up his channel and take a lot of stuff down. But a lot of the stuff is living on the internet. I can literally show you a couple things that already look weird and look creepy, almost as if he's like intentionally doing this stuff to get views and get clicks, right? It's like he almost tried to personify himself as the creepy traveler. Despite the fact that he has a wife and has a kid, she looks like she might be completely oblivious to what he's actually doing, and I'm scared to even imagine what he's actually doing in some of these countries. But according to the Philippine National Police Anti-Crime Cyber Group, they executed a search and seizure under a court warrant tied to an alleged violation of RA 9995, which is an anti-photo and video voyeurism act. So basically, they got a warrant to search, right? Maybe his platforms or maybe his devices that hasn't been confirmed, just out of speculation that he might be recording voyeurism acts, right? Where he might be getting things on camera that he should not be getting on camera. And that could include nudity, right? It could include the nudity of minors or women. And granted, I don't think he's straight up uploading child what to YouTube, but he might be walking through some of these villages where some of these children are not clothed and putting it on YouTube. So that'll get him in a lot of trouble. The resolution directs copies to the National Bureau of Investigation, PNP, and the Bureau of Immigration, Department of Foreign Affairs, and the Embassy of the Republic of Estonia. So they're also contacting his home country as well. While persona grata is not a conviction, it signals official condemnation and can support immigration action, meaning if he has a visa, it could get revoked or he could just literally not be allowed to come back into the country, potentially leading to the removal from the Philippines. The takeaway emphasized foreigners must respect local laws and culture. Online content does not accept someone from local accountability. Now, multiple Philippine community news posts state that the Dumaguete City Council declared the Estonian vlogger persona grata after complaints about his behavior. So local Philippine people have basically been complaining about him. They're more than likely finding his content on the internet, didn't have a good interaction with him, or just did not appreciate the fact that they were being recorded. So they are reporting him, right? And if we go through his channel and take a look at his channel, he's at about 97,000 subs, 453 videos up, and he has over 28 million views. Now, I don't know if he has a TikTok. I'm sure he has a Facebook. He's an older guy. He's about 35 years old, 36 years old. And from just going through his videos, you can see that he's married, has a kid, and he basically makes her the core of his content. But I did see tons of content where he was uploading himself with random women and things like that it looks like he tried to take down. So, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look clean for him. He definitely looks like a creep. He looks like a weirdo. But I will say that he has not been accused of anything illegal yet. Or he's been accused, but he hasn't been convicted.
This August chamber. Last January 10, Mr. Chair, I've seen it in the news that the PNP anti-cybercrime group of the province of Negros Oriental has conducted a seizure operation of any possible pieces of evidence that could support the several complaints against this Estonian national who's residing at Barangay Cantile, Mr. Chair. And then since August last year, I've personally received personal sentiments from women in Dumaguete. And then up until last month, Mr. Chair, na nikalitrag kakita nila ilang nawong sa YouTube, nag-upload ang mga video, nag-hikap-hikap sila aning Estonian national without their consent. And then there's even one video that I've seen uploaded by this Estonian national on YouTube calling our men in the public market as monkeys, no? And then labeling our single moms in Dumaguete as being banged by Filipinos. So grabe gyud kabastos. He was even walking around with 5 to 6 year old kids, gipasulay niya og pa-vape. No? So ni-vape ra pud ang mga bata. Imagine 5 to 6 years old na mga bata ni gamit ra pud sa vape iyang gipasulay. So yes, that's exactly my point, Mr. Chair, and I agree with Councilor Antonio Remolyo that it is right for us, no, to not have a space for persons like this in the city of Dumaguete.
But he's definitely facing scrutiny about his, just his overall character and what he's doing in the country. A lot of social media posts are talking about child abuse and exploitation allegations. Now, there is no concrete proof that's come to the surface yet. I know some people are digging for that, but there is none yet. But just his overall interaction with some of these children, or like some of these women, it's just uncomfortable. It looks very forced. It looks brute. It just feels like he knows he has a superiority complex over these people. But also, to me personally, it just looks like he's just not all the way together. He's not all the way there in the head. So, a lot of people are watching his content, and the comments are absolutely nasty. Everyone is basically feeling and saying the same thing about this guy, but even the Filipinos themselves are actually feeling and saying the same thing about this guy, and they're basically just taking immediate action. Like, they passed a resolution in one day to get him the hell out of the country. So, I mean, that city, but I'm pretty sure they're going to push that same resolution to multiple cities and just get him completely out of the country. He might not even be allowed to travel, to that part of Asia. Let's see what even happens when he gets back to Estonia. But I know things are going to be very difficult for him because overall his image just looks terrible. And, he he basically looks like what everybody fears a quote unquote passport bro is, right? Like they fear it's these guys that come to these countries to exploit the people, exploit the women, and like the Filipinos are smart, so they're on top of it early. Like, listen, we're gonna get this guy out of here, before he even can make it to 1 million views, talking down on our people and treating the Philippines a certain kind of way. Now, like I said before, people are explaining a lot of his content is very creepy. He exploits young people inside of really poor communities, and some are actually claiming that he deleted videos or even edited them after accusations. Others are defending him, saying nothing illegal was obvious, right? But you guys know me. I'm somebody that needs to see evidence before I just say someone's absolutely guilty. But I'm gonna give you guys my honest to God feelings on this one. This guy's a weirdo. This guy's a creep. I would not put it past him that he might have some things in there that are damn near illegal. But we do have to give people the benefit of the doubt until we see absolute evidence. But I'm almost certain. I'm almost certain something weird is going on. Now, a more official news piece from the Philippine news agency says the PNP anti-cybercrime group has been stepping up voyeurism investigations, including in Negros Oriental. Though it doesn't specifically name him, they are making sure that people are basically not going there to record corn and take advantage of these people. Now, what is not yet clear from some of these public sources is whether formal charges have been filed or what specific laws are alleged to be violated. Any court dates or outcomes publicly documented beyond community claims, right? So there's just Facebook posts that mention a court date, but no official legal records. But, as this progresses and we get more news, I'll probably be doing a part 2 that dives more into what's actually going on with him. But I can tell you guys right now that they have definitely moved to have him expelled out of Dumaguete City Council. They pushed that resolution literally in one day, less than a day. They pushed that in literally maybe, less than an hour, really, because he's already had a reputation in multiple complaints from Filipino people. So it's your boy, man. Tell me what you guys think. Have you guys heard of him? Have you seen his content? What is some of the ways that you guys feel about this? You guys can subscribe to the channel. If you guys enjoy more content like this, let me know if you guys want me to keep posting some more content like this. And if you haven't already, make sure you join the community. Links are in the description. It's your boy. Peace.